Okay, I'm back. That was my mom sharing some good news. Now, in this cup, I have the 14 karat gold mica, and that's all. And then here we have the gum Arabic. It's also in powdered form. This also comes in liquid form. I don't use the liquid because if you wait as long as I did to use it, it will dry out. I'm just going to drop some of it in there. It doesn't affect the color. In fact, this becomes clearer after you add moisture to it. But what it does is it binds it like a glue. So for if you're using Mod Podge, you don't actually have to do this step because of the simple fact that the Mod Podge already has a binding agent because it's a glue. But it allows you to smooth out your mica, so I use it anyway, okay? I get that stirred in nice and smooth. Now we're going to add the Mod Podge. I am looking for that other cup because you don't necessarily want to just pour a liquid into a powder because it can poof on you. And poof is not a fun look. There we go. So we have this. Ay vey. And I'm going to pour this halfway in, or at least enough to get it wet. This is an ancient Mod Podge, by the way, so it's going to be a little lumpy. And then I'm using a non-metallic method of stirring, whether it be a spoon or a drinking straw, which is what I use for the other batch, or a plastic flatware set. You're going to pour the powder in very, very slowly. I only use that cup for just the initial stirring to get it smooth. And now I'm stirring in the paint. Well, the Mod Podge. So now this is essentially a paint. And everywhere that you see a white cast, that will disappear because Mod Podge dries clear. And this particular Mod Podge dries as a gloss instead of a matte finish. So what you're going to end up with is just shiny gold when it's all said and done. Hold on a second. Let's get rid of that glob. We want smooth paint. We don't want globs. Okay. And look how bright that comes out. Now let me show you over here. Hold on a second, Mommy.
I'm just thinking out loud.
And that there that you heard is my beautiful mommy. Her name is Charlene. Say hi, Charlene. See how gold that is? And this will show up opaque. So basically, I have two options. I can either leave it like that, as strong as that, or I could water it down with some more Mod Podge. Yay! It'll still be gold, but it won't be the gold that's so bright that you can't work with it, because I'm going to just go ahead and use all of this because I can. And then, as you see, it will just very gently emulsify in. And then what I'm going to do is take the rest of this cup, tap it down, and get that last little bit on out of there. And I'm using a pouncer to do the actual painting. You can use a paintbrush or whatever, but pouncing is the method that I use to get the brick effect. I just didn't know it was going to blend into the brick that shall we say, completely. I mean, it literally blended into the brick. I put a picture on Facebook to show folks, but it was just funny. Now let me get rid of this glob, and with this glob of Mod Podge, you can see what the finished color is going to look like. Oh, by the way, if you do this, make sure you do all your cleanup with water immediately, because this will dry permanent. You do not want to just leave this here and then say, well, I'll wash it up later. It'll be too late later. But see how pretty that is? It's still gold. It's just not as bright as the gold as this one. So, ta-da. Now what I'm going to do is take a pouncer and take my number. What I do with it? There we go. And I'm going to dip it in and go over all the sides and maybe some on the face. On here is some glitter, confetti glitter, orchid purple, pink, strong pink, the green, and Saturn yellow. And if you look at it from a distance, the way our house is made, the variations on the brick, it literally blended right in. So we need something to cover the edges and maybe go just a little bit over, so that way it, brings it out. So I have now told you how to paint with it. I have told you what to use. I am going to now tell you everything that you can do to create this same effect. If you use